Assalamu alaikum. Today you're going to draw your letters in your name using sweep command in AutoCAD 3D. We're going to start with 2D writing of letters, and for that first we are going to draw a rectangle in a proportion of 5 to 6 ratio. 5 the width and 6 is going to be height. I'm going to use feet in feet and inches as units. To begin with, go to construction layer. Draw a rectangle 5 feet, 6 feet. Now let's use the rectangular array. Select the objects, right click, and by default it's just showing you the 3 rows and 4 columns. So if we click on columns, let's go to rows first because we want just one row. Type 1, enter, and then specify the distance between rows or total expression, which is 9 feet. So distance between them, I can make it 6 inches. Specify the incrementing elevation between rows, 0. And now it actually is giving you the option to show how many columns, and you can write number of your letters in your name. Mine are 6, so I'm going to use 6. Now go to the object layer and using polyline, draw the simple outline for the letter of your name. So S is going to look like this. So you can click on spacebar as enter also, and press spacebar again to restart the command, and then L, spacebar, again spacebar to restart the command, and for T you're just going to write, you're going to draw one horizontal line, spacebar again, and then draw one vertical line, spacebar, spacebar again, and for A we want one angular line, and I'm going to use approximation what looks good, spacebar again, and now use mirror command. Select the line, you can right click or you can click on spacebar, and then line of symmetry, one end to the next end, enter, enter or spacebar, they work, both work for enter. Same with the right click means also enter, and then on top just close it with a line. I'm going to do about 1/3 height, the horizontal line. For N, again polyline, start at the bottom, go up, diagonal, and up again, enter. Now the name is done. Now we are going to use the fillet command to round the edges. The radius for fillet is going to be 1 foot or 12. And now you're going to click on polyline and then click on your ladder. Okay, now the reason it did not select that because there were two objects on top of one another. To make it easier, we are going to turn off the construction layer. So turn it off. Turn the current layer off. I'm going to make the object my current layer. Now you are going to use the fillet command, and since I already gave the radius, now I need to click on polyline option and then select the polyline. Enter, click on polyline, select your polyline, enter again, an option, and click on your polyline. We don't need to fillet any of the TE except for this one, yes. So for this one, there was lines, we are not going to select that, and we are just going to click on multiple this time. So click on that and then click on the other side, enter one more time. This time is going to be polyline. We need to change the radius because as it is, if I click on this polyline now the arc has a way big of a radius, so we are going to undo this and do it one more time. So we're going to use fillet. This time we're going to change the radius to 6 inches and then click on polyline and select this polyline. Okay, I'll move this whole thing a little bit higher. Now we are going to decide on the shape what we are going to sweep with. So it could be a circle, a polygon of any number of sides, including a square or rectangle, or it could be any other shape you desire. So I'm going to use the circle and polygons. So I'm going to draw. The interesting thing about this is that these don't need to be on the same plane. I'm going to try a radius of 9 inches. And wherever I want the circle, I'm just going to copy that. For U and L, I'm going to change it with polygon. So number of sides for polygon, I'm going to try 5. And the center of the polygon, and then inscribed in a circle, enter, and then 9 is the radius. The next one, polygon again, and number of sides we can try 6 this time. Center, click on the center, inscribed, yes, and we can give it again radius 9. One more, the last one, and we can copy the hexagon. Just to keep a copy of this in case I want to go back and try another option. I'm going to save that. Now let's try the sweep command. So for that, let's go to 3D modeling interface first. sweep lies, and click on this arrow under extrude. Sweep is at the very bottom of it. So it's asking you to select objects to sweep, and you are going to select the circle and then enter. And then it's asking you select sweep path, and this is the path. And there you go. Got your sweep. Click on home to visualize to see what that looks like. And we're going to go back to that. Now for the same thing. So if you type sweep, SW, you will get sweep. Click on the object and then select objects to sweep and then the path. Now this time, let's say I wanted to use a twist option. The twist is 360 and I want that 10 times, so that's 3600. So I can type 3600 and then click on the path. And there you go. Now for the next option, we try sweep again, select the object, and this time I'm going to use the twist option again, but this time the turns I'm going to put 1080. For T, I'm going to use a square. So number of sides 4, and the center, I'm going to click on the center, and then inscribed yes, and then the radius also 9. Now let's try to sweep the top of the T with square. So click on this object, enter, and then select sweep path at the top. And if you want to see what that looks like, that's what it is. For the vertical, I'm going to use the circle. And then this time I'm going to use scale option. So it is 1 inch, and I'm going to change that to 1.5. Then click on this. So the scale from 1 to increase to 1.5. For A, I'm going to use circle again. Sweep. This is the circle, and this is the path. And then again, this is the circle object, and the path is this horizontal one. Now for the N, is this hexagon. Now we'll delete the extra letters. And extra objects. It seems like this space can be adjusted. Also, this T can be a little bit extended horizontally. because T is actually one of those letters that is equal in terms of height and width. If you remember Tom Q Baxi name, that all the letters in Tom Q Baxi, they are the same height as their width. So I'm going to use press pull tool to increase that 0.56 inches on this side and 6 inches on the other side. Okay. Go back home. Okay, that makes it proportionally better, but still the gap, we can reduce the gap by moving these to the left. And we can assign some color to this. This time you can go back to your annotation, drafting and annotation interface. Over here we can play with color and we can assign some different color to the letters. Okay. So that completes your assignment for today. And now you can draw a background for this, and I can use the front view again. And draw a rectangle. And if you click on home, you can see where that is. And especially if you click on left, that will show you where it lies on the plane. And this is cutting that into half, so we can move the plane behind the letters. Now click on home, click on the rectangle and type region. And this will change into a surface. Then if you wanted to give it a color, you can give it color that will highlight your letters better. And over here you can take a screenshot, snipping tool, and save it. It's going to save under pictures. You can name it your turn. Happy drawing.